Hi guys, today is March 1st and I said I was going to make a little video of some of my diet books. These are some of my diet books, well pretty much all of them I think, over the years. I thought I had one more from my first show, but I either thought that I did and I don't, or I lost it, which I had them all together, so I don't know. But I do have this one. This is my second show, for my second show. It was the Teen Florida, Miss Teen Florida 1986. This is my book. So what I did was now, I still didn't really know how to diet yet. I had somebody kind of guiding me along the way and teaching me how to cut back on things. He wasn't really a diet trainer, so to speak. But I met him on the beach, and he came up to me and said that he asked me if I was going to do the show that was coming up. And I said, what show? And so we talked, and he said I had a lot of potential for bodybuilding. And I said that I was too shy to get up on stage in a bathing suit, and just kind of left it at that. But that was this show, actually. So that happened where I met him on the beach. That was 3 months before this show. So this was my first show ever in 1995. So I was right out of high school. This was November. I graduated in May of 1985. I was taking a weight training class my last year of high school. And so when I met him on the beach, you know, I had been working out a little bit, and right out of high school, I joined a gym one of my friends had found, and I joined that and started working out there. I met this guy on the beach, and ended up training at that gym too, which is like the best little gym. It was like a little hole-in-the-wall gym. It was like your just mostly guys. It wasn't a health club or anything. It was a gym. A pretty hardcore gym. Had old Nautilus equipment in it for the couple girls that did train there. And the guys used them too, you know, because there's some pretty good machines there. But anyway, so that led into, okay, and this is what happens when you diet. And I started out probably around 97 pounds. That was my normal weight of just, you know, being a teenager, 97-ish pounds. I was 89 pounds for this show, my first show, just kind of cleaning things up and cutting things out. And this is what happened. This was March of 86, so just a few months. I kind of ballooned out a little bit. I went up to 101, which was the heaviest that I've been, had ever been in my life. You know, and I think that's pretty common for competition, especially after your first competition. And I know there's at least, I think, a couple of you on here, maybe more, that have competed. If you want to share your experiences of your first show and afterwards, it's kind of hard to control yourself when you've never done it before, and your eyes are bigger than your stomach. For the show, I took a duffel bag, a little duffel bag full of everything that I was like craving that I hadn't been able to have. And I ate that after the show not all of it. I could have, if my stomach would have allowed me. I wanted it, but I could only eat a little bit at a time, and I remember eating so much because I just wanted it so bad. I had never dieted before or cut anything out of my diet. I used to eat Twinkies and stuff when I, for my lunch for high school. And so me cleaning up my diet was like a big deal. And so when I couldn't have some of those things that I was used to having, I just went crazy. And I remember getting sick. I got sick to my stomach and had to throw up in my stomach, even though it wasn't like a super clean diet compared to what I learned as I went along. It was just, my stomach wasn't used to that stuff. So, yeah, I got sick and thought I'd never eat any more of that stuff again. But the minute I started feeling better and had that little bit of room, I was putting more junk in myself. So by March, I went up past where my normal average weight normally was at 97 pounds. So I had gained a little bit of weight. And that was March of '86. And so my next show was the Teen Florida, which is that's the notebook that I just showed you. But my first show, I didn't know what I was doing at all. And even when I started my diet for the Teen Florida, so the Teen Florida was June 6th and 7th. That picture of me at 101 was March, so April, May, June, 3 months. So by 3 months, I got back down to 85 pounds. Just by cutting things out again. And yeah, I wrote here, my diet was from March 2nd to June 7th. So that must have been my starting, pictures. Oh, that's good to show then, the difference. This was my start of the diet, 101. But you can see, even back then, I had size to my legs, and that was always like the hardest thing for me to get lean, was my legs, and to build my upper body, to make my upper body match. But actually, when I dieted down, I looked more balanced between my upper body and lower body. And then this is what I looked like by the show, which was June. So it was like, what, 3 months later. I don't know if you can see these real good. See if I can scoot closer. Little teenager, 85 pounds. And I was just looking, I found the judges card, the score sheet. There were only 3 lightweights, it looked like. And then there were 5 heavyweights. They just had 2 divisions in the teenage, lightweight and heavyweight. So they had 5 heavyweights. This was the winner of the heavyweights. And then me and her went up for the overall. And gosh, I was thinking I had more pictures of that too, but I guess not. So I just found that in here. I haven't seen that in forever. So this is kind of fun looking back, you guys. And I'll go into some of this later, but I mean, here's my, that was the day of the show. And my notes and everything. But we'll back up a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this. This was from John Carl Meese. He was the president of the Florida Bodybuilding Association. And they used to send you your scores back then, or at least in Florida. Anyway, I think for some of the shows. But this was on here, and I cut it off. Just, I don't know why I cut it. Just to have mine, I guess, the lightweight. but you can see I was number 4. I got unanimous first place across, and there's 7 judges. They usually take the lowest and the highest off, and then the total of the 5 scores the lowest. So I got a 1, or I mean a 5. I got a 5 right here. So because there was 5 first place, so I won my weight class. And then this was the heavyweights up here, or I guess they call them middleweight. And then here was the overall. Let's see if I can scoot over here. Here was the overall here. I was number 4, she was number 7, and it was pretty close. I got 4 and she got 3 votes, so I ended up winning the overall for that. And I can't remember how much she weighed, but like I said, I was only 85 pounds. She weighed a lot more than I did. Anyway, I thought that was cool. I forgot that I had this. It's kind of neat looking back at some of this stuff. So this video is getting kind of long. I'm gonna end that here. We'll just kind of make this like a series of flashbacks, bodybuilding flashbacks, Clifta's bodybuilding flashbacks, or I don't know. We'll think of a name for it. But this can be kind of like a little mini series because I have a lot of stuff that I can go through in here. Because the start of this is kind of funny to look at. I'll like read you one right here. I opened up. Okay, so here I am dieting. This is March 6th, so this is like about probably 4 days into my diet, I guess. 4 slices of toast, 4 tablespoons of syrup, a half a cup of cereal, and it was wheat cereal, so it was good for me, and a half a cup of grapes. That was my one meal. And then my next meal was a half a cup of grapes, 1 serving of cod, 1 serving of rice, and a half a serving of cereal, wheat cereal. And then my next one was 1 serving of cereal, puffed rice, and orange juice with vitamins. And I had an apple at work. That was earlier in the day. That was between my first 2 meals. And I wrote down at the bottom, looking pretty good. So that was like one of the days. And this one has a little bit more over here, a little bit more detailed in times. This one didn't have times, so let's see. Kind of similar. So this was the day before, March 5th. 4 slices of toast, 4 tablespoons of syrup, 1 serving of cereal, wheat flakes. So that was kind of like the same breakfast almost. Then that was 8:30. At 11:30 I had 1 pancake, 2 tablespoons of syrup, a half a can of tuna, 1 slice of cheese, a half a serving of cereal, wheat cereal, and at 2 o'clock I had a half a serving of cereal, wheat. 3 o'clock I had an apple. 12 o'clock I had 1 cup of cereal, puffed rice, a quarter can of tuna, 1 slice of bread, and a half a cup of grapes. And here I have my calories worked out. My calories were 975, and protein 60.5, carbs 168.7, and fat 6.1. That was my breakdown. And if I remember right, the toast, it was like a diet. It was a diet toast, a diet bread, which I think was kind of like, yeah, half the calories of like, well, I think it's like, because I see here, just looking, 4 slices, it was 160 calories. So it was 40 calories a slice, which I think normal bread is 75 or something like that. So see, I was doing good though, because it was diet bread. But what I did here in the beginning of this book, this is kind of like a, I don't know, a ledger or something. But in the beginning, I wrote my, under the, like, it's like an, oh, can you see that? It's like a, whoops, an address type or, you know, phone numbers where you can put phone numbers and stuff. So under the letters, I recorded my food. So under A, I had apple and Alba 77. And I'm not sure where this came from. There we go. And then, because this is for A, B, C, and D, so I had my bread listed. So you can see here it was 40 calories. And I kind of remember the old country bread. It was whole wheat. And then I had my cheese, and it was light line. I kind of remember that too in a way. So it was lower calories too. And my cereal and my cottage cheese listed. And so I had them listed, and I had the breakdowns of the food, the calories, proteins, carbs, fat. And I went through and listed everything. Here I have egg whites and fish and fruit and grapes. Nothing under that one. Milk, non-fat dry milk. I used that a lot in the beginning. Pasta, potato, pancake. And I'm not sure what kind of pancake that was. I don't remember exactly if it was me using like oatmeal and egg whites, which I don't know if I knew that kind of stuff back then. I think it was a pancake mix that I used to buy. So here I have rice cakes, syrup, tuna. And it looks like that's about it. And then I started my diet. So here's the first day of the diet. I started on a Sunday. So you can see how I just kind of logged everything. And the Alba 77, those were a shake. It was kind of like a diet shake. Only, you can see only 70 calories. Can't remember if that's only 5 grams of protein and 11 grams of carbs. So obviously it wasn't a protein shake. It was just kind of like one of the, at that time, this is, you know, back 1986, they had, it was like a diet type shake, if I remember right. And I think they came in packets, if I remember. But anyway, I'm going to cut this because we're at 17 minutes already. So you kind of got a glimpse of like the first part of my dieting. And that's kind of how I did my first show too. So, you know, I was being really good when I was, you know, switching over to the diet bread. And I think I had cut my milk out because I used to drink a lot of milk. And I think I had cut that out because somebody told me I couldn't have milk. But it looks like a lot of these pages after that are about the same as the ones I just read. And I made little notes. And here I started amino acids. I remember they were like big tablets. And I wrote that I looked like I was getting leaner, worked chest and delts and calves and traps. Also biceps and triceps. My chest and delts were sore the next day. Biceps a little bit sore. Here I rode bike at 10:15. I didn't write how long I rode it. Amino acids, rode bike. Here's some days that I didn't log. Not sure why. And then I picked it up, so from the 15th until about the 24th, I didn't log anything. And then the 24th, I started logging again. And yeah, there's some other days. I guess because I ate fairly about the same, pretty much. But it looks like my calories, which it's kind of interesting to look at, because my calories were around 900 to 1,000. Seems like that's about where I kept them. And this is the year that I met, gosh, there's a lot of blank pages in here. This is the year that I met John Defendis. Now I'm not sure what this is. Fat burners, rice. Here, this is taped on here. So, and in the beginning, I used to... Okay, well, I'm going to stop this and make this... I'm going to start another video because this is getting pretty long. So anyway, we're going to come back to this. Okay, this is still from this is my second competition, 1986. So we'll come back to this. Oh wait, and I said I was going to do a flex next time, because I'm going to put this on YouTube too. See you guys later. Bye.